Good morning, my yogi friends. Welcome to your morning self-care yoga class. My name is Emily, and I'm so glad that you are here. Today in class, we will be utilizing 2 blocks. So if you don't have any blocks, you can always just use a pillow at home. But we're going to start in a supported heart opener. So placing the blocks in a capital T shape, letting the block close to your spine, lift high, and then just kind of resting the spine down, letting the blocks support you here. And then settling into your space, maybe you need to adjust the height of your blocks, but really feeling supported and grounded. Close the eyes, take a big breath in, and slow breath out. And then there are different leg variations here. You can walk the feet to the top of your space to feel that kind of frontal opening through the hips, or soles of the feet to touch, knees out wide for a Supta Baddha butterfly variation. As you breathe in, just feel the heart open. And as you exhale, allow the shoulder blades to melt closer down into your mat. And take a breath in. And slow breath out. As you begin to really arrive into this present moment, just repeating to yourself, I am grounded, I am safe, I am supported and held. You can always place one hand on the belly and one on the heart to kind of just start to shift from the sympathetic to our parasympathetic nervous system. That system of rest and digest. Take one more full breath in and a slow breath out. And then when you're ready, just reach your arms up overhead. Maybe you extend out the legs, taking a full body stretch on your blocks. And then gently begin to press into your forearms, rise up to a comfortable seat. Just slide the blocks to the side of your mat for now. We'll use them later. Closing the eyes and keeping that inner stillness within. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, guide your thumbs down to your heart. 2 more, breathe in, reach your arms high, get expansive through the side body. And exhale, relax the palms down to the heart center. 1 more big, expansive breath in as you reach high. Exhale, hands to the hearts. Now slowly reach the right palm off to the side. Lift the left fingertips up and over, creating space through the left side of the body. Breath in. And exhale, just taking a seated twist. Finding a little length in the spine as you breathe in. And finding your depth as you breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, return your arms up overhead, back through center. And then taking this on the other side as you let the left palm rest. Right arm reaches up and over. Keeping the right hip bone rooted down to the ground. Breathe in. Exhale, find a little bit more depth. One more breath in. And exhale, seated twist over to the left this time. Using the right palm to lift the heart up and finding leverage through the body as you deepen and fold a little deeper into your twist. Beautiful. One more breath in and a breath out. Slowly return back through center. This time, plant the palms behind you. Fingertips point away from your body. And then inhale, just lift up the gaze. Squeeze the shoulder blades to touch behind you. Open through the chest and the heart. Maybe you pike your hips up, opening through the front line of the body. Breath in and breath out. Release the hips down to your mat. And then just swivel the hips towards the back, coming into our neutral tabletop position, all fours. Starting to warm up through the spine, invite a cow into as you breathe in. And then an exhale around through the spine, gaze back. Reversing this motion, creating a fluid, almost like you're a wave, connecting your breath into your movement. And continuing to let the breath guide you, and maybe you close the eyes. You can play around with swiveling the hips from side to side, just whatever feels good, whatever your body needs, knowing that it is early on in the day. It's just being gentle and kind. Maybe it feels good to kind of let the hips dip as you reach forward, coming into more of a mermaid or a seal pose. And then we'll return back through center to your neutral tabletop. Then exhale, walk the palms forward, finding your puppy pose. Let the forehead rest down. Breathe into the upper back and keep the hips just high, kind of like a shortened downward dog. And breath in and slow breath out. From here, we're going to slither down onto the belly, finding our Sphinx pose. Forearms are parallel to one another as you press your hip bones down and then tuck the tops of the feet. Use the leverage of the forearm to traction your arms back to help kind of pull the heart forward. You can stay here or gentle rocks of the head from side to side. And breath in. And a slow breath out as you release the belly all the way down. Extend the arms out to the side. Option to cactus them here. We're going to lift the right leg up and then come into our broken wing pose by shifting the hips over to the left, resting on the left arm and tenting out the right fingertips. And taking 3 intentional breaths. And then here, can you soften through the glutes, relaxing the legs, relaxing all the way up into the face. Breath in, slow breath out. One more breath in. And as you exhale, return back to the belly. Sliding the right leg out to the side, finding your floor frog pose. We won't be here for very long, but just taking a little moment to rest. Again, feeling that grounding sensation and feeling supported by the earth, almost as if you're giving the earth a little hug right now. Slowly extend the right leg back and then begin to kick the left leg up and over, finding our broken wing on the right side. Breathing into the right shoulder, the right chest. 3 deep breaths. Gently roll back onto the belly and slide the left leg out to the side, finding our half floor frog pose. Relaxing through the hips and the glutes. Slide the left leg back, palms back underneath the shoulders. Lift yourself up through your neutral tabletop or all the way to your high plank position. And then just exhale, find your downward facing dog. I know it's early in the morning here, so maybe you need to take a little rocks or wiggles with your down dog. I'm going to take my little jacket off as I'm getting a little bit warm. And when you get all your wiggles out in your downward facing dog, slowly find some stillness. And pressing down through the palms, focusing on the length through the spine. So not if your heels can reach the mat or not. It's really the length through the spine we're really trying to focus here in on. Breath in. And breath out. As you breathe in, look towards the top of your space. And then exhale, slowly crawl the feet up towards your wrists. Finding your ragdoll pose. Catching for opposite elbow and then keeping a generous bend into the knees. If you have tight hamstrings, maybe you deepen the knee bend here.
Just allowing the torso to drape over the thighs and let your body hang heavy. You can rock side to side if that feels good. And slowly release the grip. Find a halfway lift. Lengthen from the crown of your head all the way to the tailbone. Pull the shoulder blades back so that the core becomes engaged. Hinge at your hips as you exhale, finding your forward fold again. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up to standing, lifting the arms up overhead. And exhale, melt the palms down, hinge forward fold. Finding that again, breathing in halfway, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll high, mountain pose, reach the arms up. Maybe you take a little back bend. Moving like molasses, slowly hinging at your hips, melting forward. Beautiful, one more time. Lengthen the spine on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll high, standing mountain pose, lift the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, take a step back with the left leg, find your low lunge. Stay lifted in your low lunge here just for a moment. Maybe you straighten the right leg and bend in and out. And slowly release down, lifting up to your low lunge. Your modified crescent. Hips will stack on top of, the shoulders will stack on top of the hips here. Pull the tailbone underneath, and then you'll feel the core engage slightly. This will help to feel that stretch through the left psoas. Take a big breath in. And exhale, cactus out the arms, open through the chest. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus and open. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus and open. This time, if you'd like a little deeper shoulder expansion, you can release the hands to the low back, guide the palms to touch, lift open through the heart, press the hips forward. Take 2 breaths. And exhale, release the hands. Shift the hips back as you straighten the front leg, finding your half split position. If you have your blocks and you want to bring your blocks towards the hips to bring the earth a little bit closer, this will help this hamstring stretch. We'll take a breath in here as you lengthen, and then exhale, just slowly kind of melt forward. I like to play around with the direction my toes point to feel the different sensations through my hamstring. And take a full breath in and a slow breath out. Slowly round forward. Plant your left palm beside you. Lift your right fingers high to the sky, finding a modified twisted lunge. You can stay right here, or you can lift off the back leg for a little bit more sensation. And then as you exhale, finding a fallen warrior.
Spin to the knife edge of both of your feet and reach the right fingers back to feel this stretch through the outer right hip. Full breath in and a slow breath out. Slowly release the right palm down to your mat, framing the right foot, lifting off the back leg. We'll take a vinyasa flow here. So always option to soften the knees down, but let the right leg come back, finding your high plank position. Shift in 2 inches forward, and then exhale, lower halfway, keeping the elbows glued to the side body. As you breathe in, lift through the heart, finding your upward facing dog, keeping the legs lifted and floated off your mat. Using your core strength as you press your hips back high to the sky, down dog. And take a breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale, gaze between the thumbs. Exhale, slowly walk forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way to standing, finding your mountain pose just one more time. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right leg back, finding your low lunge, staying lifted here and just straightening in and out of that left leg. Playing around with the mobility and just being gentle and kind to the body. And then as you feel ready, return through center and release the right knee down, untuck the right toes, reach high for your modified crescent. Keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears as you breathe in through the fingertips. And as you exhale, press the hips forward, cactus out the arms. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, open through the heart. One more time, reach high. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach the fingers high. And then this time, if you want to, interlace the hands at the low back, press the knuckles down, open through the heart as the hips press forward. Breathe into the heart and breathe into the hips. Find one more inhale. And as you exhale, we're finding our half splits by straightening the left leg, bringing the blocks towards the hips. Find space and length as you breathe in and descend forward as you breathe out. 3 deep breaths here, sending love into the hamstrings. Full breath in and slow breath out. And gently round forward, planting the right palm down, lifting the left fingers for your twisted lunge. Trying to stack the shoulder blades on top of one another and really spiral open through the chest. You can stay here or lift off the right leg. And as you exhale, let the hips fall towards your mat as you reach the left fingertips towards the back of your space, finding your fallen warrior. Take one breath in and a slow breath out. Slowly release the palms back down to your mat. Step back to your high plank.
Optional for that chaturanga. Shift 2 inches forward, lower halfway. Inhale, open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, kick the right heel high. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose, tiger pose. Inhale, lift back up, reach high. And exhale, step your right foot forward. And this time, we'll slide the left foot flat, kind of rising up into our warrior one position. Take a breath in and a breath out to deepen. Find one more breath and exhale, release. Soften the left knee down and then just slide the right foot over to the left, setting up your half pigeon pose. Breathe in to lift through the heart. And as you exhale, slowly descend down. And just allow the body to begin to slow down and soften. Taking the time this morning to just go inward, to slow down before we get bogged down by all the to-dos. Just knowing a hurried mind is a worried mind. Take one more full breath. And gently rise back up to the palms. Lift the heart slightly. And plant the palms. Step the right leg back. This time, if you would like to come into your stargazer pose, you'll flip the right foot over, opening through the heart and the chest. You maybe can play around with drawing some circles with the right arm. And then exhale, release back to your down dog. Inhale, lift the left heel high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, step through, setting up our warrior one legs. Breathe in to lift up, reach high, big bend into the front knee. As you square the hips forward to the front of your mat. Inhale. And exhale, release the palms down. Soften the right knee down and set up for your half pigeon pose. Finding a little length before you descend down all the way into your variation.
And continuing to allow the breath to flow through the body. So just notice if you've caught yourself holding your breath at all. And sometimes when we're faced with discomforts or challenges in our yoga mat or even in our everyday, we hold the breath. When you realize just that by breathing, everything comes a little bit more naturally, a little bit more at ease. So continue to allow the breath to flow. And breath in and breath out. Slowly rise back to the palms. Lift the hearts. Plant your palms down. Send your left leg back. If you'd like to come into your flip dog or your fallen warrior, lift the left leg back, lift through the hips, reach the left fingers forward. Maybe circling out or bending in and out of the right leg. And exhale, slowly release the left hand back to your mat, finding your downward facing dog. Press down through the palms. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Release the knees down to your mats. We'll take just one more final posture here. We're going to come into our hero's pose. So if you have this in your practice, you'll slide the feet out so the sit bones are on your mats. You can point the knees out to the side to whatever degree feels good. If this feels good enough in your knees, stay here. But if you'd like a little bit more, you can always descend down to the forearms or all the way down to the back. If you're descending down to the back, you can reach the arms up overhead. Taking just a few breaths here to open up through the quads and the front of the hips. Relaxing through the face, the throat. All the way into the belly. And breath in and breath out. And then gently rise back up. Shift the weight over to one hip. We're going to lower all the way down into the back. But before descending all the way down, we're finding a boat pose. Lift through the heart. You can stay here or reach the fingers forward. Maybe the feet float off your mat, engaging through the entirety of your core. Try straightening the legs if you feel stable. 3 deep breaths. Keep lifting through the chest. You've got this. And then lower all the way down onto the spine, onto the back. Bring the knees to the chest, catch for the kneecaps, and then pull the knees apart, drawing some circles with the knees in opposite directions. Feeling a nice, juicy low back spine. And then coming into your happy baby pose. Finding the feet, and maybe straightening one leg or the other. And draw the knees back in through center, and then just finding an easy little twist over to the left by dropping the hips, resting the knees over to the left, pressing the hips over towards the right, reaching the right arm long. And just allow the right shoulder down. And full breath in. And full breath out. Draw the knees back in through center, and then just shift them over to the right, finding that easy little twist. Gaze towards the left side. And just allowing the benefits of this practice to integrate and assimilate into the body. Bring the knees back into the chest. And then wrap your forearms around the shins, pull the kneecaps towards the forehead. Give yourself a little hug. Repeating to yourself, I am safe. I am protected. I am supported and held. And find one final breath in. And slowly releasing into your Savasana. If you have blocks, you can place the blocks underneath the kneecaps and just allow the body to take up as much space as it needs. And take a full breath in and a slow breath out. And if you feel ready to reawaken, just start to deepen your breath. Maybe inviting some movements in and reaching your arms up overhead, stretching toe tip to fingertip before coming to fetal position. And just repeating to yourself, I am held, I am supported, I am safe. And pressing yourself up all the way to a comfortable seat. Maybe the eyes stay closed as you bring your thumbs to your heart space. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you guys for allowing me to guide you through your morning self-care routine. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe as well. I'd love to hear comments from you. And so if you have any suggestions for anything you'd like to see on this page, please let me know. I look forward to teaching you in your next class. Bye, yogis.